Good afternoon. My name is Jason Bungay and I live in Maddox Cove, Newfoundland. I've been married to my wife Nancy for 22 years and I'm a proud father of two boys, Daniel age 18 and Devin age 15. I'm currently employed at Eastern Canada Response Corporation, ECRC, which is an oil spill response company. Prior to joining ECRC full-time in February of 2020, I was employed at the Canadian Coast Guard Environmental Response Division on a term contract for 18 months as a response specialist. Before joining the Canadian Coast Guard, I spent 23 years working underwater as an unrestricted surface applied diver supervisor. As a commercial diver, we're required to complete first aid, CPR, and O2 courses as part of our training and certification. In 2014, I decided to take my diving career a little deeper, so I went to Scotland to do a saturation diving course. Before starting the diving program, I first had to complete a 2-week diver medic technician course. This is essentially a first aid course based around diving injuries, pressure-related injuries, and several other issues as well. In this course, we were trained in the use of an oral pharyngeal airway, an OPA. I could not believe how easy it was to insert an OPA into an unconscious victim and to establish an airway. From this first DMT course, and several since, I now know that any person with basic first aid training can easily insert an OPA. Once an OPA has been inserted and an airway established, the first aider now has the ability to use both hands to continue with first aid in a more efficient manner. With the knowledge gained from these courses and all of the first aid courses over the years, it made me really think seriously about an area of first aid that needed much more attention, and that is choking. The first time I wrote anything down about choking was in 2003. After another first aid course, I thought that something else could be done to help someone who was choking and to remove the obstruction. Once the Heimlich maneuver fails, which is now known as abdominal thrusts, along with back blows and chest thrusts, the victim is lowered to the floor. We are trained to continue with CPR on a victim that is a complete blockage with no way to give those much needed rescue breaths, no way to get air into the victim. Time is of the essence, and the longer the body goes without oxygenated blood, chances of survival are decreased by the minute. In my opinion, we have to do more to give the choking victim another chance. We actually do have the time. Given the proper tools, training, procedures, we can give someone their life back. We cannot just watch someone, a loved one, a stranger, anyone, die without giving them that second chance that everyone deserves. I'm very passionate about this topic and the absolute need to do more, which is why I'm here today to talk about an idea I have for an anti-choking device. I did not know how to go about telling someone about my idea until I saw an article about a fellow Newfoundlander who had developed an idea about an asthma inhaler. His name is Brett Folke, founder and CEO of Breathe Suite. In 2019, on a chance, I reached out to Brett to get his opinion on my idea and find out how to move forward. Brett contacted me a short time later, and even though he was so busy, he took the time to meet with me to discuss my idea. He understood the value of reaching out and having an avenue to continue on. Brett introduced me to Dr. Simon Kirby, pathology, Bachelor of Engineering, MD, FRCSC, FRCPC, Assistant Professor of Pathology, triple board certified ENT, facial plastic surgery, and anatomic pathology, and to Miss Cara Strickland, Intellectual Property Officer at the Technology Transfer and Commercialization Office of MUN, Memorial University of Newfoundland. From my very first meeting with Dr. Kirby in November 2019, I knew the development of my idea was now going to be a reality. Without Dr. Kirby and Cara and all of their knowledge and advice, I would not be here today. And then in August, Cara introduced me to Dr. Chandra Kavanagh, Director of Bounce Innovation. Dr. Kavanagh and everything Bounce has to offer has been instrumental in getting me to this point. With the great team that I've supported me along with my wife, a registered nurse of 22 years, I feel confident that my anti-choking device in the very near future will be hanging on walls worldwide. I see my device in restaurants, food courts, schools, daycares, long-term care facilities, nursing homes, hospitals, ambulances, fire trucks, police cars, hotels, arenas, stadiums, airplanes, cruise ships, any and all workplaces, or even in private homes. My device is designed to be used by a wide range of people, from paramedics, police officers, firefighters, doctors, nurses, restaurant employees, teachers, daycare providers, airplane attendants, fathers, mothers, children. Essentially anyone can use this device to save somebody from choking to death. Choking can happen to anyone, anywhere, on a variety of objects and for a variety of reasons. Children everywhere have been known to put objects in their mouth other than food. In the United States, Statistics show that one child dies every 5 days due to choking. Can you imagine? Children and our elderly are most often associated with choking, but it can happen to anyone, anytime. People with other medical issues, such as stroke victims, people with dysphagia, Parkinson's disease, and Alzheimer's, for example, are all prone to choking. As a matter of fact, statistics also show that on average in the US, over 5,000 people die every year due to choking. In the UK, the average is 33 deaths per month. These are just a few examples of the senseless deaths that occur every year. I know that by having access to my device, that these numbers will decrease dramatically. Once my device has been used and the object removed, we can now carry on with effective CPR. I'm currently at the proof of concept stage, and due to the non-disclosure agreement, I'm unable to disclose in detail the contents of my device. My device will be so simple to use that literally anyone will be able to use it. Through the use of the OPA, as I alluded to earlier, and the advancement of modern technology, my device will be smart. Also, by understanding that when a person goes unconscious, implied consent now gives you the chance to retrieve the obstruction from the airway. With first aid training, people's willingness and eagerness to learn, train, and educate and better themselves, we can easily utilize my device to start saving lives. Once my device is finalized and clinical trials complete, it is going to forever change the way we respond to choking victims. Looking at this from a marketing, manufacturing, service, and maintenance perspective, possibilities are endless. Much like the AED industry, which has been estimated to reach $14 billion by 2021, my device has the potential to follow a similar route to success. Currently, there are now many types of AEDs on the market, and with that comes maintenance, recertification, replacement, and inventory. Also, from a legality aspect, it is easy to see that restaurants, schools, hospitals, etc. will be required to have my device in their establishment readily available and to have personnel trained in its use. Just a quick story about choking before I conclude. When my sons, Daniel, he was 8, and Devin 5, we were at my hometown of Armels Beach. We were driving to the local garbage disposal site. The boys were in Pop's truck and I was following behind in my truck. My father pulled over to check on the load and I pulled in behind him. Before we proceeded, I opened the door to check on the boys, and Daniel told me that Devin had choked on the candy. Devin was sat in the middle in a booster seat, and Daniel had turned and began striking Devin in the chest. Luckily, it wasn't lodged in his throat and the candy flew out. Thank God. We had no idea what had happened, obviously, but with Daniel's quick thinking, he saved Devin's life. But because of this incident, I would like to call my device the DanDev.